Hi guys! Hey, I did mine on standard-based grading. As you can see, it says this involves measuring students' proficiency on well-defined course objectives. The advantages are that students know what their scores mean and it motivates them to learn, not just do the assignments. So I'll explain more as we go below. And then the image explains the second part of the question, which is how this is related to competency-based education. So the standards-based is pretty much, instead of having assignments be the grades, it has certain standards you're wanting your students to achieve as what you're grading. And so as what it means in the advantage when it says students know what their scores mean, instead of getting an 88% and then not knowing if this is what the score represents or why you got mistakes or why it is that grade, if you get like a perfect score of 4 or if you get 88%, you know you understood 88% of that concept. So the standards for grading system, these are 6 points that it talked about in the article. You're welcome to read more thoroughly through them, but pretty much what it is for each grade book, well, for each entry, you're going to have a grade book entry, and that's going to determine the final grade. You're going to have selected assessments that are used for the grading purposes, so you're not just going to grade every single assignment that they do, just the ones that are really purposeful towards the learning objectives. Allow multiple opportunities to demonstrate their understanding. Teachers will determine gradebook entries by considering multiple points of data, so that's what determines which go in the gradebook. Students will provide multiple opportunities to practice these standards through homework or other classwork. And then it measures their achievement only, or it separates their achievement from effort/behavior. So there's no penalties for that, and there's no extra credit given in these assignments. But it allows for students to practice assignments and repeat them as well. So competency-based learning, that describes it a little bit more. So my questions didn't necessarily go towards that, but just for your information, that's what it is. I put it on there. But I'll go ahead and just skip to the question that she asked, which is, what their similarities are. So that's what this one is. It says students learn specific standards or competencies based on predetermined rubric. Students take more ownership of their learning because it, which is the learning, is communicated rather than certain projects or worksheets. And then they're using these assessments in formative ways in the norm rather than exception. Then there's a list of differences if you guys are interested, but I pretty much really like the summary that they gave at the end, and it says that the summary, the standards-based grading is a way of thinking about grading and assessment that more clearly communicates with parents and students how the learners are currently understanding the course objectives, standards, and competencies, whereas the competency-based system is a system in which students move from one level of learning to the next. It's based on their understanding of predetermined competencies without regarding to seat time, days, or hours. So pretty much, since the competency-based education system is talking about certain ways that students learn from level to level, it can, as it says in this, it says it utilizes a standards-based report card. So it can do that, but it doesn't necessarily always do that. So that's where they can overlap and also where they are different. So hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask. You can review the slide or anything else. So that's it.